And you know, as a hooper, you got a basketball wherever you go.
Yep.
You know, you going to the bathroom, like you got a basketball wherever you go.
Thank you for joining us here on Restock. We both got on ones, which makes me think of Chicago, which is where you're from.
Yeah.
And you grew up in the heyday of Jordan, like when he was playing and in Chicago. Like, what's that experience like?
It's definitely exciting, you know, to be from there and where Jordan played and kind of, you know, establish, you know, Chicago Bulls basketball.
Yeah.
And was able to do so much great things for the community. And, you know, being from there, you know, you kind of just want to follow behind that.
Now, there's being from Chicago, and then I feel like there's being from Southside Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference between those two worlds?
I think the South Side is just a little different. Myself, you know, Derrick Rose,
Yeah.
you know, D Wade, Jabari Parker, you know, all these guys are, you know, Jaleel Okafor, all these guys from the South Side, and kind of just, you got a different mindset, different mentality. You know, go outside, go in the parks, and just play all day, and you know, playing against older guys, getting beat. I remember I was like 10, 11 years old, and you know, one of my closest friends, you know, was taking me to this basketball gym, and I'll be playing with like grown men.
Oh,
like
really?
this is how you're gonna get better, you know.
Right.
Taking a lot of contact, fouling, there's no fouls, you know, coming home sore, ice on your knees and
Yep.
stuff. So, you know, gets you to play a certain way.
So do you feel like you would be the same player you are if you hadn't grown up on the South Side of Chicago versus somewhere else?
I think I had to work a lot harder.
Now, I hear the story, and you tell me this is true, that as a kid you used to carry around a Michael Jordan basketball?
Yeah, it's black and red Bulls. I just have it all the time. You know, Michael Jordan was the king of Chicago as far as basketball, and having that ball was like, man, I'm gonna be like Jordan. I'm gonna be like Jordan.
Thinking about Michael Jordan obviously kind of takes me into sneakers. Then when did you kind of fall in love with like the world of sneakers, and when did that kind of become something to you?
My girl cousin, who's much older than me, had these pair of Jordans, 17s, right, blue and white. And I've never owned a pair of Jordans before. And at the time, we were the same size. And she gave them to me, and I just wore them all the time.
Right.
You know, Jordans are expensive, so I could never get them. And then when I got to college, you know, and my name started getting out there, I was like, man, I can get some Jordans.
Yeah,
you know, and then obviously when I got to the league, it was over. Anything that was coming out, I was getting it. And ever since then, I just been getting shoes and collecting them. And you know, I have a pair of Air Max, it's a size 12 and a half. Never fit them. Just to say that I got them.
Just to say you got them, yeah.
They don't make them my size. So that was the first time when I realized, man, I really love sneakers.
Do you remember your favorite sneaker as a kid?
My idol then was LeBron. Like I said, I never got a chance to see Jordan play, but the guy that I saw play all the time, you know, was LeBron. And I had the LeBron 8s, black and red ones.
Yep.
And my school colors was black and red too, so it made it perfect. And you know, you're not supposed to wear your basketball shoes outside. That was like the rule. But I did it because I always wanted to play in them.
What's your favorite shoe to play in versus like what's your favorite shoe just to like rock?
I was always like a mid-top shoe, you know, for my whole career. And then last year, I switched to the Kobe, and I felt like lighter, faster. I really felt like a difference. I'm like, man, I feel good.
Yeah.
And so this year I probably wear the Kobe's as well. So I kind of transitioned to like low tops. I think the Kobe is gonna be my shoe. And then off the court, it depends on the day. I'll throw some trainers on one day.
Oh, really?
Next day I'll throw on some Jordan. Next day I'll throw on some, you know, these right here.
Yeah,
you know,
light flex, I get it.
So
Okay.
It depends on the day, depends on the mood, depends what I'm doing.
Yeah. Where do you think you rank in like the sneakerheads in the NBA, and who do you think's at the top, and where do you think you rank in that mix?
The guys like PJ Tucker and Montrez, you know, all these sneaker kings who wear everything. Obviously, like, I can't wear everything.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
So
sometimes
Nike's like, look, we
it.
need you in this shoe. We want you to wear this. Whereas for them, you know, they have a lot more flexibility. They can come in whatever they want. So like, man, he really got the heat. Like, give me a year where I get, you know, just wear whatever, you know. Off the court, you know, I'm up there. So I'll do like top 15. I don't want
top 15. Okay, that's good.
But as far as on the court, I think PJ Tucker,
Yeah, he brings out some crazy
everything.
stuff.
He wears
yeah.
everything. The guys like PJ Tucker, like when he played in the Fear of Gods, I was like, all right, first of all, you're tripping.
Right. Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah. So you obviously have something that they don't have. We've talked about this a little bit. I've alluded to it, but you've got some very nice customs on right now.
Yeah.
How these are the Ruffles customs.
Yeah, Ruffle ones.
The Ruffle ones. How did this come about? Like, how was the process to get these made?
Yeah, well, obviously, me being a sneakerhead, and Dominic, as everybody know him as a shoe surgeon, is great at what he do. Thought it'd be dope to just come up with a custom shoe.
Yeah.
And like I said, I love ones. They're like the best shoe ever, so comfortable. You can't go wrong with throwing on a Jordan 1. Breaking it down, obviously the colorway of Ruffles, originals, and inside is the label, the nutrition label. So it's then the hints of the Ruffles logo and stuff like that. So it was just, something that was pretty dope. I'm excited to go, further with it, see what else we can come up with.
Now, as a, I guess, quote unquote influencer myself, like you kind of work in the world of brand deals, and like you have to stay, I feel like you have to stay authentic. Like it's got to be real to you. Ruffles feels authentic to you. I've heard a little bit about it, but like why would you work with Ruffles? What does it mean to Anthony Davis to work with Ruffles?
Well, when the deal came up, I kind of jumped at it, just knowing that I'd be the first to have the chip deal, and secondly, I actually eat Ruffles. My family, love Ruffles. Like we all the time. Cool. So actually, my uncle think he invented the barbecue Ruffle. He had the original, put barbecue sauce on and everything. So, like that stuff right there, it brings back those memories and the personal ties. So it makes everything that you do, with that deal authentic.
So you got the custom sneakers from Ruffles, and I feel like something that everybody always wants is like their custom chip flavor. So will you get a custom, will it be an Anthony Davis Ruffles flavor?
Maybe.
Well, if you need any suggestions, I'm available as a consultant to give you some flavors.
I will keep that in mind. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Earlier, you talked about getting the LeBron 8s and how big of a moment that was.
Right.
What is it about getting that one pair of sneakers that makes people feel like I can do anything all of a sudden?
When you get, your favorite shoe, whether it's an off-court shoe or on-court shoe, you really feel like you're invincible. Those 8s, I was like, man, I can do whatever on the court. And I remember one time I tried to take off from half court. No, I'm kidding. But I did take off from the free throw line, and I made it. And it was like, you look good, you play good.
As a sneakerhead, what are your sneaker super team? Well, let's do top 3 on court and top 3 off court.
All right, top 3 off court. So I gotta go with the Air Max.
Okay.
Because you can't. Everybody don't have them.
Right.
So. Also, the Fear of Gods are in there.
Okay.
And then I think the classic Air Force Ones, man.
Okay.
On court, yeah, for sure the LeBron 8s. I think those define me as a basketball player.
Okay.
So I got to put those on there. Actually, the ones I'm planning now, the Kobe prototypes, and they were released back then. Now they're coming back out to the prototypes. Those are Kobe protos. A great shoe as well. And then the Hyper Dunks.
What's something somebody would be surprised to hear about Anthony Davis?
So every time I get that question, I say the same thing, but I think a lot of people know now. So when I was younger, I would sit at my grandmother's house, pop a tape in, and it was it. And I'm watching it, and it was like scared me. And from that point on, I was scared of the clown, it, and Chucky, because I watched Chucky too. When I was younger, I could never sleep in the dark because I always feel like, and Chucky will come, just kill me in my sleep or whatever. And so that kind of lasted me to this day. I can't sleep in the dark. I gotta have a TV on, something I can't. Really? I'm afraid of the dark.
Do you think now that you're in LA, if you were invited to be in a movie like that,
no,
you think
I
you
would
could
never
do it?
be in the, no.
As an NBA player, what would people be surprised to know about the game that they wouldn't know?
Now, all the stuff that's coming out about, the mental health and all that stuff, I think that a lot of people just see us as all right, you're an athlete. You should have no problem in the world, you know? We're human beings just like you.
Yeah.
The same problems you have,
Right.
you know, we have as well. And so,
you know, you speaking the truth, like, yeah, I go through the same things that you go through.
And I think a lot of athletes, like, were kind of afraid to
say that.
Yeah, you know, because you are a role model. You're like, man, I can't, you know, see this person or this person can't see me like this. And so you kind of just stay confined, and that's when it really gets bad, when you're not able to let it out.
Yeah.
And now that, you know, there's so many platforms where you can just talk and just, you know, be yourself and just let it out and just, you know, let people, you know, share the word with people of what's going on in your life, or on a bigger topic. It might not be your life, it could be anything, or a friend, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Something you're going through, because it can help the next person.
Do you remember when you found the moment where you're like, I could be a pro?
I always wanted to go pro.
Well, I'm sorry, I always wanted to go pro too. there's a big difference.
Yeah. I was about to quit basketball, all right? I grew 6'3" to 6'10", going into my senior year of high school. This guy, who I'm very close with now, ran an AU team in Chicago called Mean Streets. Before all that happened, I was the best player on my team, and I went to this program, you know, Mean Streets, and it was like 8, 10 guys in the gym. And they were all trying out for the team, but everybody was better than me. So after that first practice, I was like, I can't do this. So I'm in the car, we drive home. I was like, I don't think I want to play no more, you know, because that was the first time someone was better than me. And it kind of like scared me, like, man, I really got to work harder. And after that first tournament, and I saw this, you know, scholarship, you know, offers coming in and all the letters, and I was like, man, I can be good. And then when I, you know, became, I think, the number one player in the country, that's when I was like, man, I can, if I'm the best player in the country, I like have to go to the NBA. You know, God forbid something happens, I have to go to the NBA, so.
All right, man, so the customs, the NBA, the game you hear in LA, we learned a lot from brands. We learned about some history in Chicago, learned about Jordan, and I love the basketball story of carrying the Jordan basketball around. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, man. Really, really appreciate it.
Thanks for having
really
me.
Dope.
Appreciate it.
Glad to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, so that's our premiere episode of Restock. I'm Jacques Slade, and I'm obviously here with Anthony Davis. Again, thank you for being on the show. This is definitely the way we wanted to kick off the show.
Thank you.
He's here in LA, and as a Laker fan, you know, I'm excited about that. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We got some really dope episodes coming up, and we'll see you guys soon. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? It's Wayno down here, you know what I mean? Representing Harlem, representing Everyday Struggle, representing Complex, man on the streets, you know what I mean? Ruffles Restock. And I'm out here just touching the people, chopping it up with everybody about sneakers and everything that's going on, from sneakers to basketball, you know? And we having this conversation about Anthony Davis. So we had some conversations with Anthony Davis, and he basically said that PJ Tucker was bugging because he was wearing his Fair Guard 1s to play basketball. What you think about that?
He just wanted to have the drip on the court.
I mean, I don't believe he's bugging out. You know, we follow the trends. It's all about the hype. Wear the shoe.
Do you think PJ Tucker's bugging?
Nah, I don't think he's bugging. That's a good shoe, you know, stylish, and it's good for sports, you know what I'm saying? Both ways, all aspects.
Whatever, anybody can do whatever they want. A sneaker is a sneaker.
It's made to wear, right?
It's made to wear.
Live from Soho, Wayno, Ruffles Restock, man on the streets. Get at us.